G'day, you mob. What is going on? The Guppy Raiders are in the house. All y'all. Thanks for tolerating our disorganisation this morning. Stuff has gone down. Aquamate cannot host the stream today, so I threw together a quick stream to fill in. Fingers crossed we might get a couple of extra guests on board, maybe. If not, I'll try my best to hold stuff down. Lefty, thanks for your help there with links and whatnot. Aquarium Thoughts, how are you, Dave? Good to see you, mate. It goes okay. Pamela, how are you, Punchy Pants? The lights are on. Now we're all home. V-Stag, how's it going? Monica Lynn, how are you today? Bendigo Balaclava. Yes. I'm assuming, did little Richard die or something? I think I heard something on the news or somewhat a little while ago. I wasn't really paying attention though. Muppet929, how's it going? Bob Kayla, Crystal, hey to you. How are you, Crystal? It's been a while. GRB, how's it going, mate? Fishkeeper Cole, how are you today, young lad? Dragon Lair, Sand Creek. Oh, I'm going to have a go at, is it Chiali or Kiali? I apologise for my pronunciation. Nate, how's it going? Hattrick Farm, how are you? I have stated previously on another live stream, I really do like that name. Gina French, Mickham, how are we? Young Fish Aquatics, g'day. Shy Gal, how are you? Mrs. Fever. Jesse, HC Aqua, how are you, mate? Bill Witt, welcome aboard. Scrolling chat, thank you, StreamYard. Where was I up to? There. Found it pretty quick that time. That was the first time for everything. Zen Ginger, how are you? Fish Room Fever, how are you, your big mother? I shall take on that title with aplomb as the biggest mother you've ever met, was it? Is that how it goes? It'll do. It'll do. I will wear that crown with pride. Griffin Fish Room, how are you, Griff? Excuse me. Anthony, how's it going, mate? Chevy Fish C23. How are you, Clarence? Tiffany White. Hello, Tiffany. Oh, thank you. I'm loath to have a crack at pronouncing it again. I'm going with Chiali. No, I'm going with Kiali right now until you tell me how to pronounce it correctly. And thank you for your pineappling, subscribering, whatever we call it. Cody, pardon me, Cody son, how are you? Nevea, did I say Sand Creek? I think I did. Big Tank Hank, how's it going? Shay Ali, thank you. Thank you properly then, Shay Ali. Shay Ali? Shay Ali. Nice to have you on board. Oh, thanks, Pam. Pam saying I look better tonight than the other day. I think I saw Vinogsky in here somewhere. My chat's all over the shop, so I apologise if I missed anyone with this scrolling nonsense. There's Vinogsky. Mr. B, hey to you, sir. How are you, mate? Britain. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Dave. I'd had absolutely no time to do that. I had very little time to throw this together. I was thrown under the proverbial bus, but I do appreciate a little bit of pressure. I can cope. I can handle. Yeah, Pam, I guess it's on account of the fact that I have already been up out of bed for about 2.5, 3 hours. So, no puffy face, slightly smaller bags under my eyes. I've got like minimal lumping and itchy stuff going on as well, so I'm still experimenting with that to try and work out a thing. I'm leaning towards it not necessarily being gluten based, but I really would prefer to be able to work stuff out without medical professionals involved, because they're far too busy in this day and age. Who else have I missed? Did I get Chevy Fish? Big J. Sup, Big J? How's it going? Jack and Dan? Jack and or Dan, whichever one's typing, whichever one's listening. And absolutely, Jack and Dan, I concur. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I think it is one day that we share around the world, isn't it? Second Sunday in May. So I guess in a few hours' time, all of you mums out there will be getting ready for breakfast in bed, all that good stuff. All of that good stuff. Nice one. Welcome, Jack, and welcome, Dan. So yes, a blanket happy Mother's Day across the board to all the mothers. May your Mother's Day be as good as last year's, even though times are somewhat a little bit more uncertain than they were 365 days ago. Or 366 days ago, I should say. We are in a leap year. So, what else has been going on? Yeah, I was trying to confirm the thing about Little Richard. Maybe, well, has he been dead for a while, or has he just died? Because Cookie, you may have to answer that, since you were the one that brought it to my attention. And it's not showing up on news feed. Let us investigate. He has indeed died aged 87, the devil's number. Interesting. Well, pardon me. Yes, I have closure. R.I.P. Little Richard. Oh yeah, definitely a flamboyant rock and roll character. I don't remember whether he first burst onto the scene in the late 50s or early 60s, but it was somewhere back there. He had a pretty good run. G'day, Danny Can. How are you, Canny? Oh, I didn't hear about Roy and Siegfried. Weren't they? They were the white tiger guys, weren't they? Were they the ones that did Siegfried get killed by one of the tigers a few years back, and now Roy's died from the virus, eh? Or I may have the wrong stage duo completely. But yes, it's interesting how the fear was so massive, yet the mortality rate is nowhere near what they were fearing, which potentially could be due to how we as a human race were dealing with it, even though some places seem to deal better than others. Right. So he didn't die from the tiger bite, but he survived. They were the white tiger guys. Yes, right. But imagine the common cold. Yes, and hello, Total Tropicals TV. It is it is very it's a bit of a trope now, isn't it? A bit overdone in all forms of media. Everyone's getting sick of hearing about it. They just want to get back to doing stuff. Oh, is that actually a contest? To be honest, my involvement with YouTube has been very slim in the last couple of weeks, so I have seen the hashtag floating around. But potentially I may need to be steered in the right direction to hear about this competition and learn of what it's all about. Yeah, Dave's on my thing. Like I say, I've seen the hashtag floating around, completely unaware of a contest happening. But let us know. I've got a few different ones, some very pretty fish at the moment that if it's just a beauty contest, could potentially win. Pardon me. G'day, Shawn Ooted and Max S. How are you, fellas? Thanks for stopping in. Medical masks don't work on tear gas. Are you with me? Well, at least say please, Dragon Lair. Goodness. She's a mother, you know. Treat her nice on Mother's Day. Johnny Johnson. How are you, Mr. J? Also, for anyone who's interested, the first UFC for a while is on. Is it still going? Crikey. I probably should have checked that when I got up. Fights are on. One fighter diagnosed with the virus before the fighting started. So that was interesting, but the UFC is basically doing a audience-free event, which will be very interesting to see how it turns out. 808, how's it going? That's better, Dragon Lair. But yeah, apart from that, you know, we got a virus, we got some fights, we got a live bearer contest, We could get into the pronunciation. How do we like to say Poicilia? Do we have Poicilia, Pochilia, Pocilia, Pochilia, Poechilia? How do you like to do it? I think I've always just been Pocilia. G'day, Clint. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Anyone who is just strolling in after the bell, I've had to normally I would be streaming with the Aquamate off his left shoulder, but he has been unable to perform the stream this day, so I hurriedly threw my face on, set up a stream, and here we are. I was kind of hoping, because the stream is called Aquamate and Friends, it would have been, g'day, Mel, how are you, mate? Good to see you. All right, thank you, Zen. Thank you very much. I should actually go over to the YouTube one. Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm going to have to refresh that, and I shall chuck that link on a new tab so I can check it out in a wee while. Otherwise, it'll just get lost in the chat. Where were we? There we are. Thanks heaps, Zen Ginger, for posting that. I shall look into that in a timely fashion and see if I can. Is that what it is? Is it a beauty contest for pretty guppies or life bearers? Thanks, John A. Yeah, I used to age gracefully. Now I'm aging disgracefully. Yeah, what do they say? I've got a face like someone set it on fire and tried to put it out with a bike chain. Something like that. Ugly man is sneaking. Oh, there he is. G'day, mate. Crikey, makes it difficult to get guests on screen if no one's going to show up. And fill the void, I should say. Whoops, wrong one. And dead air again. Whoops. I got to get into refining that art of actually talking while I'm reading. I used to be good at it. Oh, I agree, Shawn. Good luck making that happen, though. What have you done, Jesse? What made Jesse oops? Where did my other one go? Schweiss. I go here. I'm doing it again. All this shitty dead air. Wait, how do I go to, there we go, find that one. Pardon me. I think a viewer drops off every time I burp. Don't they know who I am? Oh no, I'll tell a lie. Oh, hope you were filming that, Jesse. Oh, nice of you to ask, GRB. I suppose the Festo and the Jags always do give me something to talk about at the moment. Festo going very well. Lots of babies forming a cloud around the tank now. I'll tell you an interesting thing that happens. G'day, Pirani. An interesting thing that I've noticed with the Festo is that through the entire breeding process, the male Festo stays a very straight orange with some greeny speckles and bright green cheeks. As soon as the babies were out of the nest and rolling around, the male has developed the black bars like the female colouring. I find this very interesting because I think that it is so the male and the female look very similar. So the babies all have a reference point of colour or something for protection, not two different looking fish. That's very interesting that for the g'day, other Blake, how are you, mate? Yeah, given that for the most part the male just stays orange, and now with the babies all wafting around, it's got his black bars on. That's my theory, because I've not actually, like, I've read a little bit on breeding Festo and whatnot, but I've not read anything referring to the male's colour change when the babies are free swimming. So yeah, that's a very interesting aspect to their breeding. And yeah, they, like Blake says, they look amazing most of the time, but they certainly bump it up a notch when the breeding's going on. And the Jags, the female seems to have got a bit of life about her now, and they've been doing a bit of dancing and whatnot. Female seems to want to claim the terracotta pot that I've put in their tank to breed in, but unfortunately every time I say every time, about 3 or 4 times now, I've gone and set my camera up in front of the tank to film them, and they go all camera shy, and the male goes and hides off on one side and the female just hangs around the pot. But yeah, I believe I may need to find a better nesting pot for the Jags than the one I got. Selection was very slim at the local hardware store. The store, as Bill Burr would say. I would hope that Prawny has learned of that by now. Jono? Fingers crossed he does know that. But yes, in saying that, I haven't actually looked at my Jags this morning since getting up. It's a bit slack of me. I get up, walk out of that door, and head straight in there and make a coffee. That's the way I start the day. But yeah, it's going good. So now what I really need to do is get this guy, as you can see, he's taking an interest to something on the lid of his tank. He does it sometimes all night long, trying to get little geckos and moths and whatnot off the roof. But yeah, I need to rehome this guy because I want the Festos to move into this bigger tank in 2 or 3 weeks, once all their first batch of babies are actual little fish and not just little fry strolling around the tank. Yeah, congrats, Pirani, winning that plant. It looks like a lovely little plant. I've got a strange feeling that you're probably not that much further away from Shep than what I am, based on his location on the planet, the country. And I hope you sorted your mum out with some breakfast in bed or something like that, Prawny. A nice box of chocolates and a warm cup of whatever she likes to drink in the morning. Maybe a bowl of cornflakes with some Milo on top. She might like that. Maybe some bacon and eggs with Milo on top. She might like that too. So he's got big plans for Mother's Day. Mother's Day's already halfway over here. No, it's not even midday. It's 11:35 a.m. Sunday the 10th of May. Oh, she's an oat person. Does she like her cowboys and Indians movies, her westerns? They're called oaters, I think. Something like that. I did see a reference up higher too about that I could play a song. I can't actually play a live song at the moment because my mum is having a rest. She is a little bit ill. She had a surgery through the week. So she needs a bit of rest, and yeah, we'll see how she's going. But yeah, that kind of does prevent me being a song player at the moment, because when I do play my guitar and sing, I tend to have to sing quite loud. Unfortunately, it's the only way I can hit notes, and even then I struggle. Crikey, all I seem to talk about lately is my Festos. I've got about 4.5 hours footage of them doing their thing leading up to breeding and everything, and it's just so much footage to go through. I've got to get my ass into gear and get that sorted. Whoa. I didn't see what happened there, Dan. But that's bloody awesome. That's so cool. So many views. I think my biggest one's not even 8,000 views. 7,700 or something last time I looked. That was my good old undergravel filter video. Had absolutely no idea that video would even get 7 views. It was so higgledy-piggledy and thrown together. But I guess that's always the case if we if we overthink too much crap. Yeah, thanks, Chevy. Yeah, sometimes we overthink it and we overproduce stuff, and they get bugger all views, and then the stuff that we don't put much thought into at all and just throw together get heaps of views. You just can't pick this YouTube. Harder to pick than a broken nose. That's a good idea. If I can find. Here we go. Dan, please do feel free to chuck up that a link to that video. I have given you a wrench so you can Shia Lee, then potentially have a watch of my under gravel one, custom built jobby. Pretty decent system, and I'm probably going to make another one soon for the tank that was supposed to originally go in. Oh yeah, those bridge videos were cool. They with the turtles that bury themselves in the gravel, very, very, very cool indeed. Who is this man? Who is this man?
Finally found me.
I don't recognize him with all of this hair on his head.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I said, I'll just sit backstage over here.
He's got hair up here and hair around here. This is some form of imposter. It's Jesse's evil twin, ladies and gentlemen.
But I just posted Jack's video. I think that's the one he's talking about. Wow, I did actually watch that video, and it was pretty cool. But I didn't watch it when it was up to that high, so it's cool that he got a lot since then. Nice.
It's been a sleeper, just sitting there slowly amassing views.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Hello, everybody. Chevy, Shawn, Zen, Shep, Taylor.
Oh yeah, g'day Shep. I forgot to say hi to you when you strolled in. What's been going on? Apart from rapid hair growth. I swear the last time I saw you, you were completely bald and no facial hair at all.
It's this pandemic, man.
Makes your hair grow faster.
Yeah. But I was just changing water all day, and I thought I would take a break. I've been lurking in a bunch of streams today, doing some work.
What was your water issue before?
It was this tank behind me.
Would you just overflow it?
It like reached the very tippity top. And then, a few drops did actually make it, because it takes me time to actually turn off the hose. But
yeah,
just in the nick of time.
That's one of the best reasons why I think leveling off tanks perfectly is overrated. I believe you should always have a front corner of your tank lower.
Then it just dribbles off a little bit versus the whole thing at one time. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but it can be very difficult to get those minute adjustments from level.
Never thought about that.
I mean, I don't necessarily aim for level tanks. I think I've just been lucky that my concrete slabs are not perfectly level, so I just get the little corner exactly where I want it, just by fate. Destiny.
You just fill up the tank right above the lowest side or the highest side? The lowest side. I don't know. I can't. I'm too dumb to think right now.
Well, what's you're still Saturday as well, aren't you? Mother's Day tomorrow.
Still Saturday. It is 3:43 p.m. It's Sunday for you, no?
Yeah, man. It's nearly midday on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing Jack's latest link popped up. Jack and Dan's.
What is that one?
Yeah, well, I'm just a little bit concerned because it's got the YouTube studio.
Oh yeah, the
in the
studio
link as
one.
well.
That can't be right. Not like we can get in there, but
Yeah, I would imagine that if anyone clicked on that link, they're not going into his YouTube studio, but potentially take that one down, Jack, just in case. Oh, Dan, sorry.
yeah, this is the one. The connecting two things, and the studio. Oops, something went wrong. Okay, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, right, good. Or if anyone else can beat Jack to that, there we go. Yeah, just in case, like you don't necessarily want links into your back of your own YouTube out there on the World Wide Webs. Just in case, there's always someone out there with the know-how to get past that kind of nonsense. So, best stay safe. Can I close that one?
Wow, 200,000 is crazy though.
Wow. And that was the bridge in the turtle tank, the turtles that bury themselves?
Yeah. I'm looking for my comment. I could have sworn I commented like a long time ago.
Hey, if there's 200,000 views, there's probably...
I must have been one of them. No, I know I've seen it before, but I don't know if I said it. So many comments.
I just need to go there, don't I? Being a little bit there we go. A little bit selfish as well that I want to stay up on the UFC results as well since they're underway.
What fight is it on right now? And where are you looking? Let me follow along too, because
I just typed UFC into.
Oh, you just go to their home site.
Google, and just on Google itself, it brings up the current what's happening.
Really? Okay, let me try that. Google.
But even though I clicked, here we go. Okay. Oh, fight coming up is Anthony Pettis and Donald Cerrone. That should, this whole card has such good fights on it. But,
Henry and Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, that should be pretty good too.
What?
There's so many good fights on it.
I did not know this beforehand.
And the Francis Ngannou and Rosenstruck. That should be very good.
You hungry? What you want? A snack. You need my help? Or you can find one. You need my help? Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna help her.
Right. Feed the child. Pardon me again. Yeah, Total Tropicals. If that's in reference to Shayali's undergravel filtering, I love them. I think they're awesome, awesome systems. And yeah, when you can modify them and hook them up to different power sources instead of just bubbles, because like sometimes you want a lot more flow through those things to make them work well. And the next version of mine that I'm building will be designed to hook into my Eheim canister filter to see how that goes, just as a an interesting take on it, I guess. But yeah, hooking them up to power heads is awesome, an awesome way to do them. Heaps of flow through the gravel, and you very rarely end up with any brown filth at the bottom of your gravel.
Are you talking about like a under gravel filter with the power head on it?
Yeah,
that's interesting. Who's doing that?
Lots of people do it with their under gravels instead of just air. But yeah, Shayali is saying that she's got a couple set up that way.
That's pretty neat. Okay. So in that thing, that white, the clear tube that goes up, you just put the bottom of the power head on it, so it just sucks it up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the theory, anyway.
Shawn asked, "How's the Rams doing?" I was telling other people in the stream before this that I lost all the fry. It was slow.
No way.
Like the numbers would just keep dwindling every day until today. There was none. So that was their first batch. So I hear Rams like to eat fry or whatever. So hopefully, but they breed often. Like some people say they do it every 2 weeks or so. So in a couple of weeks, I might have another batch.
But you got you reckon it was just the parents eating them?
It could be. I did see them suck them into their mouths, but they spit them out. So I don't know if that was kind of like a protection kind of thing. But then someone was saying, because I do feed baby brine shrimp live, that sometimes the parents will confuse it for the baby brine. So
yeah, right.
They might just eat them. So I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe pulling the parents next time.
Yeah, well, I suppose like you say, if it was just their first batch of babies, most cichlids don't get it right the first time, is it? They
it's true. Yeah,
have a couple of cracks at it before they learn all of the ins and outs. Probably similar to humans, really.
I never killed my kids the first time around. Yeah. But so those are the black rams, and the first time they tried, at least they hatched, because my gold rams ate their eggs 4 times in a row already. So they didn't even have free swimmers yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, these damn rams. I don't know how people do it.
Hello, Wyoming Adventures. How are you?
Hey, Wyoming. Two pairs going. Come on, every 2 weeks is pretty normal for her. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Dragon Lair. If you get creative enough, you can run them into anything. That's one of the joys of this hobby is the variations and fiddling that we can do if you just put your mind to it. Lots of fun to be had. Pardon me.
Do you run any undergravel filters right now, Blackie?
Yeah, I just have the one, which is the one from my custom video, but it is just run off air pump.
Yeah, same here.
I was saying, when you're away snacking your kid, that I want to build another one. Like that one that I built for the inside tank was originally built for my 3x2x2 and was going to hook straight into a canister filter. And then I purchased that tank, the new tank inside, and just rejigged the design a bit for that and just ran it off air pump. But I am finding that I've probably got too small an air pump on it, because the air pump has been running for a good 18 months or 2 years, so it might have just eased off a bit. So I might double that up and run each uplift on that under gravel off a separate pumps to get a bit more flow through there. But I definitely think that running them off a power head or connected to another form of filter is great for extra flow and whatnot.
I agree. Yeah, you keep that substrate extra clean, where you won't have that mold build up inside as much.
If it's underpowered, then you end up just basically cleaning tiny little sections around the uplift pipe.
Yeah.
G'day, Thirsty. How are you, mate? Same to you and yours. Certainly they don't suffer from more power. The more power, the better. It's just the biggest thing using under gravel. I guess you do use them with certain fish, so the more power you may, then require diffusion of your outflow to just try and calm that down a bit. But that's easily enough done, isn't it? Tinkering, fiddling.
I actually have a power head and a canister on this tank, and I just put those sponges on the intake over here, just so that they don't suck in all the hill stream loaches, because they tend to flow. So sometimes I heard people say they like to stick on the intake, and sometimes they can get kind of wedged inside and die. So it's okay, better do something about that.
I had a mystery snail like that the other day. That
me too.
Obviously found its way to the intake on one of my
terrible.
ponds.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult to pull off because the suction from the pump itself had actually sucked the snail's foot.
The whole foot,
through the grade.
Yeah, it happened to me. Yeah. And did it make it though? Did yours make it?
No.
Could you say? Yeah, I couldn't say mine either. There's no way to do this without just slowly yank on it.
Yeah, well, that's the way I started. I just pulled the grate off the pump and slowly tried to pull the snail out, but I could actually feel the snail letting go from inside the shell. Yeah. So I ended up just I just ended up getting a knife and having to cut it out because otherwise it was going to get messy. But luckily there's fish around here that eat fresh meat like that. It's good.
Yeah, and you know how hard it is to get mystery snails here? That was the only time I had mystery snails, and then that happened, and the rest of it just climbed out of the tank, so now I have none, and I've never had any since.
Yeah, well, the only reason I have them is that my sister, she started the old mystery snail story. She started with 1 or 2 in one of her tanks, and now she's got 753.
I would love to have that. Someone send me some mystery snails. Come on.
I just I just take them off her because they do well in some tanks, and they feed fish and shrimp in other tanks. G'day, Liz. How are you? Happy Mother's Day to you, doll. And then there's this guy.
G'day, Blake. How you going?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Quite a bit unawares today, so only just pulling up the computer now.
I didn't see you earlier today.
So what happened was 11:15, Aquamate says, "Oh, I can't do it. I'm too busy." So I was like, "Okay, well, I got the kids at the grandparents' house." So I was like, "Oh, do water changes and everything." And when that process starts, then I finally checked my phone an hour later, and Blackie's like, "Hey, do you want to do the show?" And I was like, "Oh, whoops." Anyway, I'm here now, so better late than never. Happy Mother's Day to all the fabulous ladies, fish mums, and non-fish mums out there. Hope you have a fabulous day.
Yeah, sorry, I was also put under the pump to with minimal notification to get something done, but as I was telling the viewers a wee bit earlier, a little pressure never hurt to create action and make stuff happen.
Can't make a diamond without a bit of pressure.
Exactly.
I was about to say.
I guess the good thing is everything's got fresh, clean water now, so we're happy days in here. So, yeah.
That was it's one of my to-dos for this afternoon, but I have a strange feeling it may get procrastinated until tomorrow, potentially Tuesday, more likely Wednesday.
Yeah, it does happen a bit, especially because I've been trying to churn out videos and stuff at the moment. There has been a bit of neglect, but yeah. Noticed last night in my shrimp tank a lot of issues. So I tested the water, and then there was chlorine in there. So I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so worried about TDS and stuff.
You test for chlorine?
Yeah, well, just the test strips that I had have chlorine on it. So.
Oh, okay.
Coincidence. Yeah, they're Tetra ones, I think. Yeah.
And is that your Michelin shrimps?
Yeah. So I just did my usual rounds when I was feeding, and I was like, "Oh, there's half a dozen, bright red bright red shrimp on the ground. So I was like, oh no, what's happened? So first thing I did was a test and siphon them out, and I was like, oh my god. So I put some Seachem safe in there, and then that's why I wanted to do water changes today.
Yeah, right.
It could be one of two things, I reckon, because also I put a frosted background on the tank, and I did spray like Windex to put the background on. So it's either I forgot to put dechlorinator in last time I did water changes, or some overspray of this Windex. But hopefully it's not the latter, because that's going to be a lot more difficult to fix.
Well, yeah, isn't Windex is ammonia based, isn't it? Not chlorine.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what the go is there, but anyway, we'll just keep changing water for the next few days and see what happens.
Yeah, fingers crossed there. Don't want to lose too many.
No, well, I guess the good thing is I started with the fair colony, so we do have numbers still, but we don't want any more losses, that's for sure.
Oh, what kind of shrimp were they? What did you call them?
Michelin?
Michelin.
Yeah. So they're a cross between crystal shrimp and Taiwan bees.
Michelin. What are they, like red and white or black and white?
All colors. So you can get like golden colors, blue bolts, King Kongs, crystal reds.
Google
So that-
wants to show me recipes for Michelin shrimp. And look up.
So
Not that.
yeah, that's the kind of good thing about them. They're ripping starter shrimp for people, because the reason they're mixed between Taiwan bees and crystals are just to make them a little bit more hardy than if you went straight out Taiwan bees. And from the Michelin, you can get every sort of Taiwan bee shrimp. So like blue bolts, golden bees, yeah, heaps of different types.
Are they technically the same species, or no?
So it gets super complicated. I'm probably gonna get corrected by someone here, but I think there's like main ones, which is like the tigers, you know, like red eye, blue eye, what are they called? Red eyed blue tigers or whatever. They're different, so you can't get them, but you can get like blue bolts, golden bees, King Kongs, I think pandas, but pretty much like they'll look like crystal shrimp, or you can get golder colors or blue colors, or black or red, and varying white.
Is it just is it up to you then to, if you want to pull out different ones that are displaying properties you want to try and breed them down to a particular design? Is that part of your idea, or do you just want to keep them going as natural?
Well, I like kind of symmetry in the fish rooms, so similar to my black rose cherry shrimp that I've got. Like I've pulled out of them really bright red Bloody Marys, and then also blue dreams as well. So I like that. Basically, starting at those black cherry shrimp, I could get all the different colors too. So I think it would be really fun to do the same thing with the Caradinas as well.
Yeah, right.
But we need them to survive first. So I don't know. They'll be getting a lot of eyeball time over the next couple of days. I'll be looking in every crevice.
You don't use any of your rainwater for shrimp?
I will eventually, but I hadn't yet. But yeah, I'm not doing it today.
You got to remineralize it too much, don't you?
Yeah, I mean the good thing is my tap water is only 100, and I tested it the other day. It was like 120 TDS anyway out of the tap, so there's like nothing in it. So
isn't that that's good numbers for a shrimp, isn't it? Or do you want even higher?
No, that's good numbers. It just depends what that TDS is made up of. Part of it is chloramine for me, so that's a bit of an issue. But yeah. Anyway, how's everyone going anyway? What have I missed?
Oh, just mostly yammering on.
You wrote Big Rich in for the drinking game.
Oh, Anthony's been. Apparently, he's got the word that Big Rich is going to be down.
Oh, that'd be insane.
So that's now that there's someone as huge, YouTube wise, not physically. That's a bit rich. Down for the game. Suggested to Anthony that that's put the pressure on to make it happen before someone else pinches his idea.
What's this game? What's the game?
Oh, you'll be into that.
That's what he's got to work out. Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know what the game is.
It's a drinking game.
Oh, that's okay. I'm down.
But yeah, we haven't worked out any of the finer details, as it were, yet.
Yeah, so they're both Caradina Cacoen, not Cantoensis or something.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a sec.
Took me a while though.
It gets so complicated. I don't profess to know near enough probably what
I guess they're kind of like guppies where they're all guppies and then there's like 10 million different special strains of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all have varying levels of hardiness and requirements and all that sort of stuff as well. So anyway, it's good to challenge yourself, I reckon. So that's why I sort of got them. I don't get them and expect to do really super well from the get-go. So that's the whole thing about fish keeping, isn't it? Trying to jump over the hurdles.
Yeah. I've actually never bred. Well, I have bred crystal red shrimp, but not very successfully. Like they had some shrimplets, but they never made it to adult size.
Yeah.
But hopefully I should be able to do that now because before then I didn't have a RO system, so I was just using tap water. And I think maybe, there's just too much stuff in the water.
Yeah. Well, I did the same. I successfully bred crystal reds super early days, and then I think I put a betta in with them and they ate all the crystal. And then since then I haven't done too well, but I found out that CO2 and shrimp is a big no-no, which I thought because they like softer water that CO2 would be fine. But apparently if you put CO2 in with Caradina shrimp, they just basically stop breeding. Which makes sense because always, I want to do a nice planter tank if I do a shrimp tank, so I've always put CO2 in.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they'll survive because it's coming to summertime here, and I hear a lot of people here say that they'll just die in our summers. So I'll see if that's true.
And what's the theory behind CO2 with them? You said they stopped breeding, but why?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why, to be honest. Originally, it's one of those kind of like debated things. Some people say that a bit of CO2 is fine, and when they're perfectly healthy, they just don't breed and all this. But the only reason that even came to mind is because it was a comment on one of my videos that CO2 and shrimp, and then a shocked face. And then I did a bit of Googling. I was like, oh, okay. So apparently, don't do it if you want to breed them. So that's as much as I know. Somebody here might know a bit better than that.
It looks like we can finally get Shawn up on the stream. He's in for the drinking game.
Well, yeah. All we got to do is talk about it, and we find out who's keen, isn't it? What happened to you last time, Shawn? Was it an on-screen one? What are you into, Jess?
I wish I was smoking something. I just ran out of cigars. I have to wait for more to get in the mail.
Yeah, did you see my comment? I said you've been falling asleep with too many of them in your hand. You're not getting the guns anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. I should probably just look on the floor. There's probably one on the floor.
Extra floor flavorings.
I was still smoking. It's okay. It's my floor.
We've all been there.
Cigars from Cuba. No, not really Cubans, but from that region of the earth. Like Dominica or I don't know. All of those countries over there. Someone find me a UFC live ticker. UFC.
Yeah, I don't. I used to try and find the illegal streams and whatnot, but by the time you get onto one, and then they're just so heavily populated with viewers that they freeze up and the vision's sketchy. I generally just watch the results in text and then see the highlights.
Oh, but it's nothing like watching the live action though. Well, even if it's on the replay, I try not to look at the results because I like to watch it. I experience it for the first time.
Yeah, well, I used to be a big fan of downloading the torrent after it had finished. Someone had put one up pretty quick and try and avoid the results, but nowadays it's just it's too sketchy trying to find torrent and streams of it. You never know where you're going and what's going to be happening.
That's true. Yeah, so many scammers out there trying to get you to subscribe to their crap or click on their crazy shit. What happened?
Sometimes it's better off just to fork out the cash and watch the pay-per-view.
Oh, bloody nose. My son's got a bloody nose.
Yeah, I had one of them that morning.
All right. Were you digging? Little bit. Yeah, that's how it happens. A little bit goes a long way, okay? You just try not to do that. Huh? You can have another cookie, but you gotta watch that digging of your nose.
Let's go.
Prospecting for nose gold.
Yeah, you're not getting gold out of it. I don't know why you're digging for it. Okay, you okay? I want you to lie down, okay? If not, it's just gonna keep bleeding.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've found some pretty hefty nuggets in mine sometimes.
Hey, why don't you lie down over here? Come on. You can have two.
Those ones where you get a little bit and you start pulling on it and it pulls from somewhere way back up in here. They're some of the best boogers you can ever pull out of your head. I feel amazing.
I haven't had those in like 20 years. That doesn't happen anymore for me.
Oh yeah, they're a gift when they come along. Got to relish them while they last.
No more gifts for me.
Thirsty, you've been had.
Ripped off the kids, caught my mom and themself breakfast, but not me.
Righto, Thirsty. Have a good breakfast or brunch, I guess you'd call it now. Eat well, cook well. And don't forget to frown at the kids for not cooking you dinner too, or breakfast.
Yeah. Then they say, it's not Parents' Day.
Yeah, but it's also not let's deliberately leave someone out day. Ouch. So what else is going on in the world, people?
I've got a bit complacent. At a stage last week, I was 6 videos ahead, and then I did nothing in those 6 days. So now I'm behind.
Wait, how often do you post though? Like every day?
Yeah.
That's your schedule? Your schedule is every day?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to do, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so usually I like try and do a couple on a Saturday, a couple on a Sunday, and get ahead. But yeah, I was just enjoying a bit of a break this week, so yeah.
Are you monetized yet?
Nah, I need 20 hours or something. So
20?
today.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow, or like 3 days from now.
I was going to ask you actually, do you know how long it takes for the community tab to open up?
No, because they kind of changed the policy while I was in that range. So I think like once they opened it up, they opened it up to me. So it's not like I have to wait. Yeah.
So keep checking. I'm waiting. That's what I want to just post in there, like photos and stuff. And like I would announce that I got the podcast all set up and stuff now. So
yeah, that's a good thing to use. So
it was a real hassle to get it on like iTunes and Spotify and all that though. They don't make it easy.
iTunes and Spotify. What, the podcast?
Yeah.
So you did that already?
Yeah, it's all.
Did you also repost it on YouTube? Or no?
Well, I'm looking for a good day to upload it because, like, I don't want to just upload them all in one day or something. Also, I feel like, I don't know, it's really hard to get a good time to upload them.
Well, so like, I'm wondering what you're gonna do because you did the live, and
Yeah.
are you gonna like cut it shorter and cut it up and then repost it on YouTube? So then there'll be kind of like two different versions of that talk. Okay.
Yeah,
and then you post it to other places.
I've made a playlist of like the shorter versions, and there's a playlist of the long versions. So whoever wants to watch either, it's fine. But yeah, I think they're about 15 to 20 minutes once you cut out all the hellos and questions and all that stuff.
So you're just gonna talk about the targeted subject line and all the like interchats of answering questions and stuff. Then you just cut that out.
Yeah. It does take a long time though, because you have to go back and edit through, an hour and a half of talking.
Yeah. Right.
But I think in the long run,
that's like 2 hours of work.
Yeah, like even when I was doing my water changes here for the last hour and a half or whatever, I just had a podcast on. I think it was the Aquarius podcast and a few others, and yeah, it was good fun. I just like having some background noise.
Okay, so let me get your info. You already have a channel on podcasts?
Yeah.
I don't really bring up my podcast.
Hopefully it comes up. This will be a good test.
Okay. Start listening or take a quick tour. I want to start listening. I want a quick tour. And so I just search for Blake's Aquatics.
Yeah, I think it's called. I should know what it's called, but I'll have to check.
Feel free to chuck links.
Blake's. What episode number? There's 1, 2, and 3. I see.
Yeah, there's 3. Oh, so you can see it?
Yeah, all 3 show up if I just type in Blake's Aquatics. So
sweet.
Cool. And so I'll click on that. There's a bunch of info. Oh, what do I do here?
What's the
Here, I'll show you what I'm seeing.
Where are you finding it?
Can I show you what I'm seeing?
That's on Spotify.
On Spotify.
Is this Spotify? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll put a link. I think I have a link here somewhere.
So what do? I try to like click on one. Oh, like just this. Press play. Is it working? Oh yeah, it's totally working.
Oh, nice.
Okay, simple enough. Is there a way to subscribe to this?
Yeah, I think there should be a follow button, depending on what. Are you on? It should say follow underneath it. There's just a copy and paste from my description. But I think if whatever your podcast platform is, if you search for Blake's Aquatics, there shouldn't be any others.
Yeah, I just don't know how to sub to it.
So yeah, if you want some background noise while you're driving around or at a fish shop or whatever, I put headphones in when I leave the house, so I don't have to deal with the humans. I only like the internet people.
Yeah, I don't know how to sub to this. Maybe I am already. I don't know.
And obviously, it will hopefully get better as time goes on because, like, I fixed up my audio a fair bit just recently. So the first few are going to have pretty terrible audio, and also originally they were very visual topics. Like I've put the photos up and stuff and said, "Hey, here's," let me take an example. I'll be like, "Hey, here's a pygmy rainbow," but then for a podcast, you don't know what that looks like. So in future, I'll be like, "And this, short rainbow fish with I don't know what I'll do, but I'll think about it more so for both sides later on.
Yeah, there was that cool rainbow fish that you showed me that I wasn't even aware of until you said it. What was it called? Do you remember what it was? Like a smaller rainbow.
Maybe I know what it was. It was the
Starts with the R. The one on the East
Rad.
Coast. Yeah, rads. Yeah, those are cool.
ornate.
I've never even seen those.
G'day, fishy biz. How are you,
Mini
bro?
little
Are those commonly like available in your stores?
not in stores now, but you can get them through like the Angfer groups and that pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
Someone will post some out to you.
Well, I wonder if there's any in the US at all.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Surely.
Can you post the scientific name? What are they
Yeah.
called? Rads.
Yeah, rad in a sentence. Or I'll type it in there. Ornate rad in no centris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would not have spelled it that way.
Oh, I didn't spell it right anyway, but yeah. We got an R.
Okay, that's okay. I found it. Okay.
G'day, Ro. How are you today or tonight? Sorry. Happy Mother's Day if you're a mother.
Hey, Ro. She is.
That's pretty funny. Hey, Ro. Hey, Ro.
Hey, Ro. There is none on Aquabid.
Wop, 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 wop.
I can't have any. Oh wait, I'm wrong. There is. There's 60
Probably
bucks.
not that. Probably not those blue and yellow ones though. Those
Is
are
it
the
Tornadus?
so you can get a bunch of different colors. Just depends what river, lake, or whatever they're from.
Okay, so this is 64. How many grade? Not just one, I hope. 4 juveniles. Oh, and they look kind of like more with a little bit blue on the top,
Yep.
a little bit orangey on the bottom.
Yeah. So the ones that I have are from Tiwa Creek, and they look like. Let me find.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like this. Oh,
Oh, those are nice too.
yeah, like quite a nice neon.
So
theme.
you have those.
Yeah, I've got these. Yeah.
Okay. Which creek?
Maybe a bit- Sorry.
Which creek did you say?
Tiwa.
Okay. There's
T-W-W.
someone selling a Tiwa Creek here.
Yeah.
For the same price. $60 for must be 4 juveniles again, and they look like yours. See?
Yeah.
So
Bit
someone's
darker than the
someone's
photo,
selling-
maybe.
Someone's
yeah.
selling this on Aqua
Yeah.
right now.
Nice.
4 for 60 can be done. Oh, so they
I
are
can't
available
remember what
here.
I paid. I got a bit of auction fever when I got mine. I think I just bid whatever.
Yeah, so someone's special, like the same person is just posting a bunch of different types. They're all, I don't know, centris or notice, but this person is selling all of them. Rose line 17, whoever you are. Cool.
Here's trouble.
Hey, Rumble.
G'day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate.
Well, that's my screen, so that's better.
Much better.
What's everyone up to? Happy Mother's Day, all.
You fresh
Thanks.
off the game of Call of Duty or something more?
I can't find my headphones.
They're on your head, mate.
No, the other ones. They're probably in the shed. What's everyone doing? Aqua mate having a bit of a family morning, is he?
Something like that.
I reckon he got gunfire. He didn't want to break his big surprise on live.
Gosh, just like, not on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You're not streaming. Watch the damn kids. I'm going to the spa.
Why are we getting echo, Brendo?
My partner's at work, so that sorted that out.
Oh,
And then
I too.
my grandparents wanted the kids, so I was like, yeah, sweet. I'll come over later and we'll have dinner and tick all the boxes.
I just went to the in-laws for breakfast.
I think we'll get the echo.
I haven't got kids yet, so my missus isn't a mum. How do I flip this? There we go. Check it out, guys. We've got the ply tanks out in the sun.
Nice.
Ooh.
Whack together a couple for me while you're there, would you?
Yeah, sure. No worries. It's taken me 2 years to finish my own. I'm not going to build more for you.
Not wrong. I sent you over a shirt. The least you could do is send me over a couple of big 8-footers. Freight them over.
Oh, yeah, you pay shipping, and the tank's $3,000.
Oh, shit.
Inflation.
You can fill up a hot air balloon with that inflation.
While we're talking about subscribers, I only just noticed that I'm on 548 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Should get 2 more.
Surely there's 2 in the audience.
Well, I think I did already pick up a couple of extras at the start of this stream because the Fish Room Fever stream sent over a few viewers at the beginning.
Oh, that's always good. Fish Room Fever is good like that on the Sunday morning.
Yeah. So that was nice. And yeah, thank you if anyone who has been a recent subscriber is still in the chat. Thanks for doing that.
What
Bill
Wi-Fi are we on?
I have a notification that Bill Witt was one of my new subscribers. Thank you, Bill.
Good on you, Bill. Your edge.
No deal.
So, what's your ETA with your ply tanks into the fish room, Rumble?
Hey, I'm back.
I can only assume that he didn't hear my question then.
Nah, probably not.
Nah.
What's your ETA on getting the ply tanks in there?
Well, it all depends on the weather. I'm hoping next weekend. Well, I really got to get them finished. The only thing that puts a dampener on it is when it rains, because I can't leave them out in the rain. So I keep having to pack them back up and then bring them back out. But there's not much left to do. I've pretty much just got to do 2 layers of gel coat. I really should finish them today. I'll try and get them finished today. Well, and then the glass is in the spare room. The Sikaflex is on the table behind me. I've got all the plumbing. I've got the bulkheads. I actually don't have to buy anything. I just got to buy some inspiration, you know.
I think you only rent that.
Yeah.
What is gel coat?
Definitely not permanent.
What is gel coat?
Pardon?
What is gel coat? Is it epoxy?
Polyester resin. So yeah, I think epoxy is slightly different. But it's the same thing. It's just like a 2-part resin with a hardener in it.
Is it kind of expensive though? When it comes down to it, yeah.
I think 10 liters was like $200 Australian.
Oh wow! And did you have to use the whole thing?
Nah, so 10 liters has lasted me a long time. So the clear is much cheaper, the clear, like 20 litres is about $100 or something. So I just do as much as I can in clear and then only use the colour for the top coat. So that way it makes the colour go a bit further. So 10 litres, I might actually run out on these ones. So these ones, these 3 is the end of the 10 litres. But I did all of these tanks.
Those are all plywood tanks too?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I did this pond, but the pond has flaked off. But that was all with that 1 10-litre drum. But yeah, you wouldn't really guess that they're ply.
No.
That's a lot of work.
G'day, Nathan Fishboy. Welcome back, Prawny. And g'day, Tropico and World Aquarium Singapore. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Congrats to Prawny. I see you won the prize yesterday.
Yeah, nice one, Prawn. Somebody's got a reverb. Apparently it's me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Now,
but yeah, I do need some motivation.
try whiskey. Whiskey's good.
Someone gave me a bottle of Jags yesterday.
Yeah, the first few are very good for motivation, but once you get into about 7 or 8 of them, the motivation tends to wane somewhat.
It's a balancing act.
It is. It's a very delicate.
It'll motivate you, just not in the right way.
So potentially, I shouldn't have mentioned subscribers on this live stream. I lost 3 subscribers since bringing that up before.
Oh no!
Wow, that's funny. Dropped down to 545.
At YouTube, they're like, "Oh, take away some balance."
Too close to a milestone. Off you go.
Is that just using one app, or are you checking it on multiple apps?
No, I'm just checking on here as I go. Just on the YouTube window I've got open.
That's disappointing when it's not just the difference between apps.
Yeah, I just refreshed the page to see if I'd gone up from 548 and up and down to 545.
Come on, guys, in the chat there.
No, hush. I'll
Stop.
go down to 540.
Oh my god!
That's not good. I just found a nice Eheim hose in my backyard. They're worth good money, aren't they?
Oh, it's a good hose. I found a stash of that too not long ago. It was a good score. It was just exactly what I needed.
I hate it when people come over to buy fish and you're like, oh yeah, just let me find a hose. Like I've got 40 fish tanks, but I can't find a single hose. Almost ripped the cord out. That one's gone straight to the pool room. I don't know what to do.
So, potentially, being that it is Mother's Day over here, what are you doing, Rumble? Are you doing anything for your mum today?
My mum's in Dunsborough, which is across the regional border, so I can't go see her.
Ah.
And then the state government announced today that they're opening up the borders on the 18th. Why not open it up on the 15th? So it's going to be like 2 more weeks till I can go see her.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows why they knuckle it down particular dates. Probably related to business, I would say. They probably figured that they can't open up their borders on a Sunday because everyone would go, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of isolation and whatnot. Everyone
well, that is true.
Pardon me.
I'm just trying to stack some styrofoam. My shed's a mess. I've got all this styrofoam. Like, look how much styrofoam I've got hanging around the place. I've got like a whole box full. And it's meant to be for around this tank. I've just been too lazy to put it around. So
What is it for? Just to
taping.
Insulate the temperature or something?
Yeah, so like just try and keep the power bill down a bit. It's like the night times here are getting down to like 6 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think you're getting pretty good at that, aren't you, Blake?
Yeah, I've got a little cheat sheet though. What's the Celsius you want to convert over?
6 degrees.
It only goes down to 18, so it'd be like 40, 38 or something like that.
Making lots of noise. Just jamming in whatever fits, you know.
That's how it works.
So Chevy Fish was onto it. Like, she posted second fire that's been put out with fish water at my house, and I couldn't figure out what the second fire was, and it was when I was welding on styrofoam. So yeah, I've had 2 fires in my household in the last month.
Third time's a charm, they say.
Oh, don't say that, buddy. Looks good enough. I had an idea. I was thinking about just getting a board and boarding this up all the way to that wall, and then just buying bags of styrofoam balls and like filling up the gap with styrofoam balls. But like, if I ever wanted to service any of the plumbing, it would be an absolute nightmare. But it'd be fun.
It's all learning, isn't it? You'll be better prepared the next time you do it.
Look at that thing.
Oh no. Keep getting stuck to things. So
You got a lot of stuff.
Never a more accurate statement.
yeah, I got too much stuff.
I agree, Jono.
Good. It's good to keep busy.
Yeah, stuff keeps me busy.
If you can pull a big box like that out from underneath something, turn it upside down like that, and not much falls out of it, it seems that it might be wasting a bit of space.
But this is what had this is where the styrofoam came from.
Right.
That was the whole point. Like, I needed to move that styrofoam because it was taking up like a good cubic meter in my shed. Now I can go in the rubbish tip pile. There was a reason we needed to get rid of that box. I'll show you when we get back. So what's been happening with everyone's fish?
I had 2 better spawns, which I'm pretty stoked about. Actually, I was in Pirani's live stream on Friday, and we were both participating in this raffle for a free betta. And I joked around. I said, I guarantee I win the free betta because I've got 2 better spawns here, so I have like 2 million bettas to try and find homes for. Sure enough, and I won the betta. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, which I'm super stoked about as well. It's good because the 2 spawns are koi bettas, and the one that I won is a lavender Dumbo big ear. So,
Oh, I like those. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah.
it's a nice one, but I just thought it was so funny. Of all the things to win.
Yeah.
But
Good money.
the little tank that Sarah set up with her waterfall and whatnot in it. It's been up and running for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks now with its better in it. He's already built a bubble nest in it.
No.
So he can't be too uncomfortable.
Yeah, should do a little breeding project. See what happens. I love breeding bettas. It's just everything else that's the hard part.
Yeah, I suggested to Sarah she might need a sorority tank going as well to swap in and out females that she might want to breed with.
And it's hard to offload them, I find. Like, there's so many every shop has bettas, so you really got to compete with people just walking in. I'll take that. Are they going to search up on a classifieds ad for a betta and then go through all the rigmarole of going to someone's house and getting it? Probably not.
Well, that's the silly thing with them as well is all of your fancier ones, they're not necessarily going to stay the same design that you buy. Like the 2 that Sarah got are already vastly different to the colouring that they had when she got them. But not for the worse, for definitely for the better for both fish.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Accidental.
Yeah, good job.
But yeah, both looking really nice. One of them's still here with me, and it's like it was this almost perfectly white all over its body, and now it's and fins, and now it's got this black lipstick and black goatee which goes down its chin, and then now it's got these red stripes through its tail. It looks awesome.
Oh yeah, GRB, but they'll be human enough. But yeah, you like to keep them a bit more natural than I do, I guess, or non-heated and all that.
Rumble muted himself while he's wandering around the shed.
Well, because he's not banging ladders around and stuff now. Why would he want volume to come through?
He's probably going swearing under his breath as he trips over stuff.
Do you want me to sort of start doing like this sort of stuff?
Sense.
just so it feels normal.
Yeah. You never stop moving that bloke.
I'm gonna change devices.
Well, I was actually thinking about shutting it down so I can go on and do other things, but
I thought that's what you were getting at when you were asking Rumble what he's doing for Mother's Day.
Oh, that's cool too.
Alright, I got my vacuum. Whoa, that's loud.
And echoey.
Hello. Hey, so I've got a. Oh, that's distracting. I've got a heap of bees dying around my house.
What the heck?
Crikey. I'm going to try and unmute me first, and we'll test out this echo.
We need to talk.
Is it gone?
It's still there.
Echo.
Still there. I'll go.
Echo. Oh, it is still there. Oops, I kept pushing
I
the wrong
think it's
button.
the old on the phone thing, but it's good headphones.
Echo.
Guilty.
There we go.
Something wrong with
What
your
are you
rig.
trying Is it me?
I think so. Just based on the mute test. Seems odd though, because you've got headphones on.
Are they plugged into the same device? Plugged into the microphone.
Ah. Fingers crossed, it will sort itself out.
How about now?
How about now? Yeah, that's much better.
Go on.
Really? Okay. I didn't really do anything. I just unplugged it and put it back in.
And sometimes
Sometimes that's
that's
the
all
best
she wants.
Yeah, I guess so.
It almost looks like you're floating there, Rumble. That's a good angle.
I'm a mermaid.
What are we looking down there, Jesse?
Brine shrimp. That's how
Oh.
I drain it. I just drained this container.
So over here in Australia, we've got a brine shrimp egg shortage.
Oh, really?
Is that why I
Yeah.
can't find any?
So I normally buy 500 grams for like $160. The only one I've found is 50 grams for $69.
Oh, I wish I could do the conversion right now, but I buy a pound for $50. I don't know what that means to you.
No,
Grams
50
would be
grams
like
is just under 2 ounces.
Yeah.
Wait, so 2 ounces. So a pound is 16 ounces. So
Mhm.
8 times. And how much was for your 2 ounces?
Basically
60.
the same, about 50 US.
Oh, so it's kind of the same then.
No, that's 8 times more.
You're paying 8 times more?
Well, I didn't pay it.
Oh,
I refuse.
You know.
Yeah, someone else can pay that sort of money for them.
I'm prioritizing which fish eat brine shrimp at the moment. So like the Africans, I'm just putting them on flake powder instead of brine shrimp. The only ones that I can't do that with is the neon blue acaras and the peacock bass. So I'm only hatching like a quarter of a teaspoon a day at the moment. Whereas before I was hatching 2 teaspoons a day.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll hold off on buying brine shrimp eggs for a while then.
Yeah.
Do you feed twice a day or once a day only?
Twice a day, but
Yeah,
not at the moment.
Can I just say, I was going to say, Max, it's 28. I know that from ancient history.
Oh, I found a dog. What the heck? It's a lot of dog hair.
Wow. Wonder, can you use dog hair as filter media?
Probably.
Are you
There's
shitty?
gotta be a way.
Where's my horse? Oh, there it is.
All right, who else has got anything interesting to say before we call this quits and go and do all those Mother Day type things and other Sunday time kind of jobs?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nah, I got nothing else to add. So thanks for having me.
Anyone in the chat have any questions for the panel before we take off? I suppose I've got to asking a question like that, then you've got to wait, don't you?
Just added 10 seconds.
So yeah, we'll in the interest of potentially no questions showing up, there you go, Blake. What product does Blake use in his hair? I think
it's pretty awful today, but yeah.
Was that Soprani's question?
Yeah.
No, it was Lefty asking that question. Lefty's
Well,
got
Lefty, I was going to honour your request of jumping on next, but now my self-esteem is so low. I will not be happy.
G'day, GT. How's it going? Just as we're closing down, GT's turned up. Maybe GT will take over and stream next. And Tropicals TV, Total Tropicals TV. We've done it to you too. The old in and out done him wrong.
Just flip over.
Rumble.
I guess I'll sign out on the pod.
Dragonlair asks you, Rumble, why didn't you seal your plywood tanks with marine epoxy paint?
I'm not really sure. I'm not full bottle on it. I just went to a composite warehouse and got advice on what to use. The stuff I'm using is the same stuff they use on swimming pools. It's actually called swimming pool. It's got swimming pool written on it.
Yeah, right. That epoxy paint could probably work out to be considerably dearer than the stuff you're using, I think.
I think the only problem with epoxy paint is if like ply is wood and wood moves, so the epoxy paint might crack.
Crack, yeah.
In the corners, whereas I've used fiberglass, a layer of fiberglass matting, so if the ply moves, the resin won't actually crack.
Righto, well that seems to be that for the questions. Thanks again everyone for hanging out in Aquamate's absence. Good show out of people, good to see. Thank you very much for turning up. All the best, Aquamate, if you're listening or catching on the replay, and anyone else catching on the replay. And Dan Lee, didn't even see you in there, Dan Lee. Sorry for ignoring you, brother. So yeah, happy Mother's Day to all Australian mums, and happy Mother's Day for tomorrow for potentially the rest of the planet. And yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out.
All right, thanks for having me. And g'day to everyone in the chat. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Good chatting.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone. Bye for now.